Piston Fly here, hope you're well. Now it's a lovely day for a change to be out on the bike for a ride, and I'm on the little Street Cup once again. Really enjoying having this bike for a little period of time. And in this video what I'm going to do is, now I've been riding it for a while, just pick out some of the things that I really like about the bike. So stick around and stay tuned. This is my top 5 things I love about the Triumph Street Cup. So number 5 on my list then is something that's kind of in your face all the time when you're riding a bike, and that's the instrument cluster on this. I think these two twin dials look absolutely amazing on the Street Cup. It's the same as the dials on the T100, and I think also the Thruxton and maybe some of the other new retro Bonnies. I think the two dials just look nicer than one, and I love this sort of brushed aluminium bezel and the machining on it and the little logo. It just looks nice. It's part of that sort of fit and finish thing that Triumph are doing so well now. Now somebody commented on one of my T100 videos that this layout looks like a British bulldog with sort of 2 eyes, mouth, nose, that sort of thing. But if that's the case on the T100, on the Street Cup this is like a British bulldog with a cap on. And once you get that in your mind, you can't sort of look at it and not see that friendly little face. So I thought I'd just put that in your mind so you can't get rid of that either. So that's number 5 on the list, the instrument cluster, the fit and finish, the way it looks. I just think it's classic design, really stylish. Top marks of Triumph for that one. So to number 4 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the Triumph Street Cup. And number 4 is something that helps make the bike very friendly indeed, and that is the low seat height on the machine. It's a low seat and quite a narrow bike, so that has the upshot of meaning you can get your feet absolutely flat on the floor. In fact, this is one of the lowest bikes I think I've ridden so far, in that when I've got my feet flat on the floor I've actually got a bend in my knees as well. So it feels absolutely secure when you stop, if you're at traffic lights or whatever. There's never a feeling that you're going to drop the bike. You feel absolutely secure. So if you're thinking of getting a first big bike, or maybe you're a smaller person, then have no fear with the Street Cup. It'll suit you absolutely perfectly. So number 4 on my list, hello sir, is the low seat height. Well, actually, while I'm talking about the accessibility of the bike and the low seat height, it's worth mentioning I was showing the bike to Mrs. Fly the other day when it's in the garage, and she immediately liked the look of the bike. It just appeals to her, and she jumped on, and it's the first time she's jumped on any bike that I've had, and she felt completely comfortable. And she's a bit anti-motorcycle, always has been, but that's the first time that she's jumped on a bike and sort of her eyes lit up and she said, "Oh, I could get one of these." And so there's a little glimmer, a little spark of hope in my mind that maybe an old Bonneville, when I say a new old Bonneville, might be the bike that I managed to get Mrs. Flyer into riding. Who knows? I don't want to, overblow it, but the low seat height thing might be absolutely fantastic for a number of reasons. So to number 3 on my list then, and that's something I've mentioned many times while I've been riding this new generation of Bonnevilles, and that's the overall sort of level of fit and finish on the bike. These Triumph now are just doing little things on these machines that just takes them to the next level. So for example, things like the raised lettering on the fuel tank, it just looks fantastic. The coach lining on the fuel tank, done by hand in the factory, looks really classy. I've already mentioned the clocks and the finish on them, those look good. Even the seat has a little Triumph logo embedded in it, and just looks great. So number 3 on my list is the kind of attention to detail of the fit and finish on the bike. Well done, Triumph. So we get into the serious stuff now as we come to number 2 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the Triumph Street Cup. Oh, tunnel opportunity. Not too much of an opportunity, but anyway, fun in a puerile kind of way. So number 2, let me demonstrate. Clear behind. Number 2 on my list is the low down grunt of this engine. I just love the way that they've tuned the engine on the Street Cup. It's the 900cc high torque engine, and basically what they've done is move the power band so it's all entirely usable. So from 0 to 70 miles an hour the bike just pulls and pulls on kind of waves of torque, and it feels wonderful, and it's just where you need it in real world riding. I mean, if you get the bike up to silly speeds, it quickly, runs out of puff at the high end, but you're into illegal riding at that point. So you know, if you're going to actually ride the bike on the roads and you're going to use the bike, then you really do need those the power low down, and that's exactly where this bike's got it, and I love that about the bike. It's got lovely low down power, loads of grunt, sounds great as well, but the low down grunt is something that I really like. The engine on this bike, beautiful. So that's number 2 on my list. So we come to the big one, cue the drum roll. Number 1 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the Trance Street Cup. I already hinted at it. It's linked to the engine, and that is the sound. These engines just sound the absolute business. The 270-degree firing order that Triumph have wisely carried over from the old Scrambler that used to get such plaudits sounds awesome in these bikes. I think all the new Bonnevilles have the 270-degree firing order, and it sounds absolutely the business. Now this particular bike has got these dinky twin little pipes that just have got a low thrum to them that I really like. Now the T100 sounded brilliant as well, but I think this one's maybe even got a slightly lower rumble. Really nice, and it, for some reason, I don't know why, but it really aids in your enjoyment of riding the bike. It's not obnoxiously loud or anything like that. Nobody's going to be offended by the pipes on this, but it just sounds sweet, and it just sounds like a Triumph should feel, so, or should sound. So for me, that's number 1 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the Triumph Street Cup, the sound. So there we have it. Hope you've enjoyed that. Look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Listen and Fly. Cheerio.